Sometimes you find a film that completely surprises you. That's this film. Let's talk about that. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporia's movie review of Somewhere in Queens, the newest film from director Ray Romano. So starring and directed by Ray Romano himself, the story of Somewhere in Queens is more of a kind of look into a Italian-American family. The wife, the mother, of course, is played by Laurie Metcalf. The son's played by Jacob Ward. This is a story about a father who is trying everything in his power to get his son into a better life. He feels like he's at the end of his career. He just feels like he's stuck in this middle kind of world with his father, who he works for. And so comes along a young woman who, of course, is played by Sadie Stanely. And everything about this world kind of changes for him when it becomes apparent that the Jacob Ward character that is called Styx is infatuated with this young girl, but of course, young love, you know how that works out. And so the character that's played by Ray Romano, does everything in his power to not only try to get his son into a good college, but also try to keep him from falling apart because of, breakup and stuff like that. So that's what the story is. It looks into an Italian-American family, the kind of ups and downs of what is like for a father who goes maybe a little bit too far, and kind of how this world operates when it comes to just a very middle-class type family and kind of their wheelings and dealings. But of course, it's because it's directed by Ray Romano, there is some very dramatic comedy as well that goes into this film. So that's kind of where we're leaning when it comes to the synopsis for this film. So from everything that I have seen or have looked into, this is actually Ray Romano's directorial debut, which is kind of surprising. I thought maybe he directed some Everybody Loves Raymond, but no, this appears to be his actual first time directing as an actor-director. But he's an individual that is, of course, a comic legend at this point. He's, of course, been in the comedic, stand-up circuit. Everybody Loves Raymond was huge. He's, been in various movies throughout the years. He's pretty much an individual that can do whatever he wants at this point. And so him doing a movie about an Italian-American family, him being Italian-American, stuff like that, it makes a lot of sense. But, when you're first-time director coming into a film like this, your question remains about, are you capable of putting a lot of heart to the film, and is the film going to work on its own merits? And I do appreciate when somebody does this, when somebody who's been in the business for a while comes and says, I want to do a film, maybe it'll be personal to my life or so on and so forth. So with that said, knowing a little bit about this movie, being in the festival circuits, I heard it was pretty good. I was interested in seeing it. It's now releasing in theaters. I had a chance to see it early and all that good stuff, thanks to the company who sent it to me. So for my honest review of this movie, I don't know how other people are going to react to it, but to me personally, this is one of the best movies I've seen this year. I know it's very, very early. It's only April, but this movie hit me pretty hard. And it's not the simple fact that it's a movie where I feel like it's perfect. It really isn't perfect, because there are some things that Ray Romano's character does in this movie which are very despicable, and to kind of how it resolutes and stuff like that is a little too easy. But it's a movie that takes its characters very seriously, gives them a lot of dimension. They're very well portrayed. They're very well thought out. I think Laurie Metcalf, once again, does fantastically in her role in this position, of course, as the mom in this movie. I think Ray Romano does a fantastic job as not only playing double duty when it comes to being an actor and director, but it's a movie that feels authentic. It feels real. Yes, this is an Italian-American family. It does feel like it's being very stereotypical when it comes to that, but that's the nature of this type of world that, they live in, where they all get together, they all love each other, stuff like that. There's a relationship between, like I said, the young girl in this movie and, of course, the son that is very authentic in a lot of respects. If you've ever had that, first true love when you're in high school and then there's a breakup, how that plays out. I do think it does get in a little fantastical territory, but I understand why they're doing it. And I just think overall that this movie just really accomplishes just being a there movie, just being a in the now movie, just being a movie about people who care about people, who wanted people to succeed, about an individual that feels so lost in his world and how he approaches that between his family and his father and his wife and his son, and everything he does, he feels like he's doing justifiably, and he feels like he's doing it for the right reasons. It's just, once again, he may not be doing it for that exact reason. That's why I love this movie, because it feels so authentically real, because it's a movie about mistakes. It's a movie about the things we do and how guilty we feel and how we try to make our next in line, like if you have a son or daughter, how you try to make them better than what you came out to be. And I feel that everybody in this movie just does a really nice job. Jennifer Esposito pops up in this movie as a widow who kind of affects Ray Romano's character. And once again, it's a movie just full of authenticity and just realism and stuff like that. And just the comedy is, is good when it's there, and the dramedy is good when it's there. And it really feels heartfelt and it has a great payoff at the end. I just feel that Ray Romano's character does go a little too far in this movie. And I think he gets off at the end of this movie just a little too easily. And it's not saying it's bad, but it does hamper this movie from being a truly special film when it comes to the nature of like what it's trying to do. So like I said, I really love what he's doing in this movie, and I love what Sadie Stanley is doing in this movie. But there's something there about like manipulation and stuff like that. It just really feels like a little too fantastical in my own right, its own right, and stuff like that. But it doesn't, like I said, it's one of my favorite movies this year, so I do forgive it a lot for that reason, because once again, everybody, including the family and the all the natures of what parts and pieces are going together, it really does work. And you get a good sense of like how much these individuals care. And like I said, watching Laurie Metcalf play off of Ray Romano, the chemistry is so well done. It's really fantastic. So, but once again, this being Ray Romano's like directorial debut is fantastic. It's one of those films, I hope he does more films like this, or just does more films in general, because I think he has a good eye of finding realism and authenticity in a world that could be very stereotypical and very outlandish and stuff like that. So I really did love this film. I think it's one of the best of the year, and it'll probably make my top 10 at the end of the year. So with that said, that is my take on Somewhere in Queens. I really did like it. Definitely recommend. So with that said, thank you so much for watching this review. In the comments below, are you interested in seeing this film? If you have seen it, what do you think overall? Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell, top the finals coming next. If you like the video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.